So welcome back, everyone. My next guest has been with me for several years. I don't know how many years.
Probably not the 5 that Anna was with you, but close.
But close, I'm telling you. I have with me now Jennifer Kramer, and she's the owner of Legal Stuff. Listen up, everyone, because, we're talking about businesses, we're talking about families. We're going to be talking a lot about people who either get ripped off, which is the seniors, and we're going to talk about estate planning and the importance of that. And we're going to open up the lines to the audience for everyone to get entered in to win. It is an entire estate plan. I'd like you to tell everybody first a little bit about you and then what you offer.
I am a certified legal document preparer, so that means I can create documents, draft estate. I specialize in estate planning. But I can do it outside of an attorney's assistant. So paralegals have to work underneath attorneys. I do not. I'm licensed to do it on my own. I'm also a licensed fiduciary. I am a veteran claim agent. I help veterans with pension claims. I'm a notary. I'm a licensed real estate agent.
It goes
what else
on
is
and
there?
But all of it goes together.
Yes.
Right? And the first thing that we want to talk a little bit about is estate planning and why it's so important. And then we're going to open up the lines. First, tell everybody a little bit about what you're going to offer everyone out there. Listen up, everyone.
So this is an offer for a will-based plan. So it includes your last will and testament, your durable or your financial power of attorney, your healthcare power of attorney, your mental health power of attorney, which Arizona requires now, along with a living will, which is different than your last will. It's your last directives, and a beneficiary deed if you have a home and you want to do that.
And we're going to open up the lines right now for everyone to be able to call in. And as you're thinking about this kind of thing for the end of the year, let me tell you, it is a gift that you are giving not only to yourself,
Right.
but to the families, to your loved ones. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out on her website. It's legalstuffaz.com. Okay, let's talk.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. What
Let's
happens
talk
to
about
people when they don't have their estate plans in order?
The worst case scenario is the power of attorneys, because we've got so many people now that have dementia, Alzheimer's, they have strokes, and when those events happen, you can't just step in and take over their bank accounts and start writing checks for them. You have to have the documents in order, and if you don't, you're going to court. And all that money that was supposed to be used to pay for your care is going to go to the attorneys, because there's a minimum of 4 attorneys every time you have to go.
I'm just going to say this. We didn't have much time to talk beforehand, but I'm going to say that my ex-husband, who's going through this right now, everything's taken care of. Don't worry, the mother, everything's taken care of. No, I mean, unfortunately, things come up, and attorneys, especially when I hate to say this, but there's money there,
Right.
okay? And, they're trying to protect their client, but they're getting a lot. What do you feel about that?
Sometimes it's worth it. When you're trying to protect people against their own children who take advantage of them, or strangers that just happen by and they befriended these seniors. I've got people knocking on doors, and seniors are so lonely that they let anybody in. They start trusting them. They had signed documents. They have no idea what they're signing.
You would think that would be different today, because at least by now we know stranger danger and all that kind of thing. Whereas it's amazing that they're still doing it.
Oh my gosh. And that's, everyone wants to keep their parents at home, partially because of financial means. But if you're not checking in on them, they're getting those spam calls. They're getting the mail, and they're going through this mail and making these calls, and you just have no idea what's out there.
Now, you're mobile. You come to them,
Mm-hmm.
and we have our lines open here for everyone to get entered into it's a will-based plan that is a $495 value. And let me tell you something. If you don't win, you always give 30% off, from what I understand. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into this. Please call in for it, because let me tell you something. People, I don't know why you put your heads in the sand with this kind of a thing. It is so important. 602-277-5369. That's our number. We're leaving our numbers open here for everyone to call throughout the rest of the show. Okay, so let's talk about something that's important here that you want to get out, which is the new probate thresholds.
They have changed the limits for your requirement for probate. So in the past, it used to be if you had personal assets, your cars, your bank accounts, under 75,000 in value, you didn't have to open a probate. You could do what's called a small estate affidavit. And then your real estate, if you had under 100,000 in equity, you can take away your loans and stuff. So 100,000 equity, you could do a small estate affidavit and collect it without opening probate. That has just changed. The personal assets now went all the way up to 200,000. And the real estate equity is 300,000 before actually having to initiate a full probate proceedings.
You know, probate is there for a purpose,
Correct.
right?
Agree.
It is there for a purpose, but if you can avoid,
Well, it's not as scary as everybody thinks. I mean, gosh, I could get in and out of probates within 4 to 6 months with minimal, cost to the clients. It's just a matter of knowing what to do, and if the families are all getting together. It's when you have all that contention and the fighting is when the probate's expensive.
how many times, I have to ask that right now, you already know what I'm gonna ask. How many times do you find them fighting as opposed to not,
I would say now it's probably at least 80%.
at least?
Because there's so many blended families, and people are communicating. The parents don't tell the kids what to expect and what to look for, and so everyone's surprised, and they all got questions, and all think they're being cheated.
Right, and you know what, the person that you thought was gonna do the best job for you is probably not. For some reason, all of this estate planning, money and everything like that, for some reason, it changes people.
You're right.
And one thing I know about you is that you protect especially the seniors, your clients completely, but especially the seniors. It's like you just take them on and you are protecting them, you are saving them.
I got called in on a case where this lady had 3 boys, and unfortunately, the oldest one was in federal penitentiary, the middle one was in state penitentiary,
Nice.
and the youngest one was an alcoholic and, just kind of doing his own thing. And she was renting a room in a home. She didn't need assisted living at the time. And he literally showed up and stole her credit cards and stuff out of her purse when she probably went to the restroom and started using her account as if it was his ATM. And then when she had to pay rent, there was no money there. And the home, I'm trying to remember who called me on that one. And I went in and I talked to her and I took over her bank accounts to protect him from him. And he was not happy about that.
I'm sure he wasn't, but you see, this is what the kind of person she is. And this is what's important. When you call her, she is a fiduciary. She can help in almost any area for everyone.
I try.
You really do. And her phone number direct is 602-457-2333. You could check her out on her website. It is legalstuffaz.com. I love the name of the business, and I've always said that.
I do
Now,
too.
we've got the lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It is a will-based plan. It is everything that you need. It's a $495 value, free to you or anyone that you know. The winner gets that. Anyone who is not a winner gets 30% off right off the bat. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Before we leave, what is the most important thing that you think people should do before anything happens?
Just check your documents. Make sure the people that you've listed haven't passed away. Make sure that they're still around and they still want to act on, on your behalf.
Make
if
sure
something
they're right.
happens.
What happened to me? I just had surgery not too long, 5 months ago. And we did my will and the trust and everything that we did together that, gosh, it seemed like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, not even. And everything needed to be changed. So you really have to take them out. You really have to dust them off and have a look at them. And you do second opinions.
I do.
Absolutely. Of course she does. And again, her phone number direct is 602 457-2333. She's mobile, she can come to you. And we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win this will-based plan. Please call in, please, if you don't have one, get one. And if you do, have her look at it. Again, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. We're gonna go to a break, we're gonna come back, we're gonna talk further. I'd love to hear some of your more of your stories. They're real life stories. And our number here again is 602-277-5369. Check her out on her website. It is legalstuffaz.com. We'll be back in just a minute.
Let's remind him that I also do trust.
I threw that in there. We should talk about that. Okay. So we'll do that first, so I don't forget.
Mhm.
And then we'll go into, the seniors and also the deeds, the deed. Okay, we should be able to get to it all right.
I would say so, for sure, for sure.
People are weird. And when you talk about make sure you look at them, I can't believe what's happening to Kenny. And, it's not for me to tell him what to do, so I just suggest a little bit. But everything was supposed to be done, everything was supposed to be taken care of. I don't know if I told you already, so if I did tell that he has a stepbrother that was taken out of the will by the mother. The father passed, and she took him out.
Oh, it's quick.
Yeah, and, no, we have 2 minutes. And so, took him out, and apparently, he still has rights to certain things per his attorney, okay? And I don't know if that's true or not, but, it depends on how it's worded, they said, or something like that, because everything was done like years and years and years ago.
It's always something. If you don't, that's why I tell them, I'm like, at least give them $1, so then they got something. Don't leave them out completely, because now they cannot contest it.
Well, yeah, but that's what's happening. And who knows what's gonna happen, but I don't think they'll get the whole thing maybe, but still, it's just a hassle.
And people will fight about everything. Most of the documents though have no contest language in it, so if it does.
It does say it.
But he has nothing to lose, because he wasn't getting anything anyway.
Yeah, but he has to pay the money.
The attorneys.
And the attorney, both sides.
And the attorneys always settle, and they get them to pay, like Kenny will have to pay part of his attorney cost. They know how to work it.
You wanna introduce your daughter?
Sure.
Since she's on the video now, anyway. Oh my God, what a doll.
She's so good with the clients. The ones that are bedridden, she climbs right up on their chest, and she just sits there and lets them pet her.
I want this doll.
Do you? Her mom just had another.
Big one or a little one? I don't know. Can't do that. Boy, you just take her with you everywhere.
Pretty much.
She's a doll. Yeah, she's going like this. Are you trying to kiss me? You smell my doggy. Yeah, he was on me this morning. Here we go. So we've been talking at the break, and it is so important because, number one, please take your documents and have them looked at, have them checked, make sure and if you don't have documents, please get them. It helps so much. And we have got our lines open here for everyone to keep on calling in. You're getting the will-based plan, you're getting entered in to win, and it's a $495 value free to you. It has everything that you can need. Now, anyone that doesn't win, she gives 30% off.
Right.
We've got our lines open here. Our number here is 602-277-5369. You want to check her out. It is legalstuffaz.com. You do bring a guest. I do have to talk about your guest.
You like little Luna?
Luna is here. Luna is her little baby doggy that she just got. And oh my God, she's adorable.
She's so good with the clients. Oh my gosh, she'll be a great service dog for them.
Oh,
They love just having someone to pet.
Absolutely, and I love that
Something
you
to
bring
pet.
them in, because you know what? A lot of times, people get a little uptight when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I bet you she makes them feel good while they're doing something very important. You know, you think about it, yeah, you're past, but the family, and oh, what happens, you've got stories upon stories upon stories. We do want to talk that you do trusts as well, go ahead and talk about that.
I do both the revocable and irrevocable. A lot of people, like irrevocable, a lot of times they use it for asset protection and for Medicaid planning, down the line. So, and we do the residential trust to put their homes. So Medicaid, it doesn't affect the Medicaid either when you sell it.
Another thing that we want to talk about today is property owners' deed frauds.
Oh yeah, so the courts just passed down a ruling, and it dealt with the transfer of property ownership. And this particular case was, the deed was fraudulent. So the fraudsters created this deed, and when you create a deed and the tax assessor sees it, they end up changing where the tax statements go to. So now you're dealing with the elderly, they got their homes paid off, they don't remember the tax statements. If they don't see one, they're not gonna remember to pay their taxes. This particular case, the fraudsters only had to go 5 years. And after 5 years, you cannot dispute a fraudulent deed. It automatically goes, it's legally that fraudulent person's title. And they could kick the people out, they could do whatever they need to do. All you have to do is own it for 5 years and pay the property taxes. I mean, the title.
Well, I'll tell you something, I think that this is where you come in, because you gotta make sure that everything is all taken care of. And how many times do you come in and you find this has not been?
Well, this is really common right now, and that's why I've been trying to get people to go to the Maricopa County Recorder's website. And there's a title search on there. So anytime anything is recorded with your name on it, they'll send you a notification. So you can actually, I've got a link on my website at Legal Stuff AZ for that, and it'll take you right to the place of the Maricopa County Recorders. And it's so easy just to register your name, and now you're aware if anything's filed, you get a notice within 48 hours.
Now, also, if you have any questions, you can call her direct. Her phone number is 602-457-2333. Her website is legalstuffaz.com. Call in here, get entered in to win, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Seniors, they're getting ripped off.
It's just sad because they just want to trust people. They think, and there's even with these investors that want to buy your home, they keep telling you they got the best deal. Please, please, please do not sign anything. No matter what they tell you it is, it normally is not what they said it is that you're signing. And you don't get a copy because they do it on electronic keypads. But people that are wanting to sell their homes and the investors come knocking on their door and they're like, just sign this, and we'll commit to it. They've just prevented you from selling it from anybody else. And it's getting really, really ugly out there.
How do you help people when it comes to that? What do you do?
If they would call me, I can at least give them an idea of what their home is valued at. So they would know if they're getting a decent deal with the investor. If they want to sell, that's fine. Just don't get ripped off.
Right, but how do you know? How do you know? And so many people, it seems so, well, I guess what seems so right, and so such
Just
a
go
good
onto
deal.
Zillow. Just go to Zillow.com and put your address in, and at least that'll give you an idea. Don't go in blinded, believing what they're showing you or what they're telling you, especially if they come knocking on your door.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, and of course, a lot of times they come to the door and they're just gonna take you advantage of you. People do, and especially this time of year, because people
Yep.
get desperate.
Well, and like I said, these seniors that are home alone, they don't get that interaction, so they're lonely, and they'll talk to anybody that comes to their door.
I know. I want to talk about this too, because you mentioned a story a minute ago. Families also take advantage of their parents. They just do. And especially when they are desperate.
Well, there seems to always be one, right? You've got the one that is got the job and the family and they're working, and then another one, but there's always one that's always been hanging out with mom and dad, just kind of taking it easy, not worrying about a thing. That's the one.
There's also something else I think that people should take into their question is when you have one of your son or daughters hanging out with you and taking care of you, that sometimes they're taking advantage of you there too, okay? They're trying to get in, because, what happens, and it happened to my dad, who I thought was the smartest man in the world, and my brother came in and he started taking care, oh, David's so wonderful, if you only knew what he
Right.
did and why and how he did it, you just gotta be careful.
There are some of those kids that really do the right thing, and they're really there to take care of their parents. And I applaud that, because we all should be that way. We're supposed to be brought up to take care of our parents, after they've taken care of us.
Mhm.
It's just sad that sometimes it just doesn't go that way.
Right, and when it comes to money, unfortunately,
Yeah.
like we said it earlier, money changes people. What else should we talk about over here?
Oh my, what else should we
Well,
talk?
people, and how they need to be protected, and that's where you come in.
Just
And
call
making sure that
family
all
and
of your
ask them.
paperwork is looked at and notarized.
Don't hide it from them. Talk to your kids about it, so they have an idea of what's in store.
That is the biggest conversation that people don't have.
And now's the time. It's holidays. You're all together.
It's the
Talk
perfect
about it.
time. You're getting together, sit down and say, I'm gonna be passing away soon. And I think that it's a really good time to talk to everybody about this. And again, I think the best thing to do before, if you already have something in place, then have Jennifer look at it. Because making sure that it's done right is so important. There's so many parts of it. Power over wills, all this kind of stuff.
And you have to think about the ones, when you did your will and you had young kids that were under 18, and now 10 years later they're over 18. Well, now things are completely different. You don't need to file and do a lot of stuff that you would with those minors.
How about people who have children with disabilities?
That they should definitely be in line with some kind of planning for them.
Right.
I'm the one gentleman, he was a veteran, and he put me down as a successor trustee. He had a trust. He has an older son, he's in his 40s. And he had it all lined up when he passed away. And so I handle his son's funds, and the caregiver at the time basically adopted him and is living with him and helping take care of him. It's an amazing situation.
It sounds wonderful.
Yeah, he did it right.
Wouldn't you want to do it right?
To know your kids were taken care of.
We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in and win. It's a will-based plan, and it has everything. It's a $495 value, free to you or anyone you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. I suggest everyone, please call in here and get entered in to win the lucky winner. You're giving yourself peace of mind, right?
Yep.
And also this is love. You're giving yourself the family love to what it is that, first of all, what your wishes are, because that's the most important thing right there, but also everything is in place so that no one can get out of hand.
Right, and those beneficiary deeds are really good too, to avoid probate and to kind of make sure people can't change the estate plans. If
So-
you want a house to go to somebody, do a beneficiary.
Make sure you call in here, you get yourself entered in to win. Our number here is 602-277-5369. If you have any questions, you can call her, and her number is 602-457-2333. She's mobile. She comes to you. Her website is legalstuffaz.com. From soup to nuts, you do it.
I do my best, and if I can't, I'll find somebody that can.
Right, but anywhere from the vets that you can help them,
Yeah.
all the way to the families. And so again, check her out on the website. It is legalstuffaz.com. I say call in here. Anyone that doesn't win, you're gonna get 30% off. This is the time of the year now. The family's gonna be together. It is the perfect time to talk about all of this and let them know what's gonna happen. I think they also should do some videos as well. What do you think?
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
What are your final words?
Just keep an eye on things. Don't put your head in the sand. Keep an eye out and look at what you've raised. I mean, you've earned all this stuff. Protect it.
Make sure it's protected, make sure you are protected, and make sure your stuff is protected. LegalStuffAZ.com. Her phone number is 602-457-2333.
Nice.
Did you like that one?
Yeah.